Hello friends, welcome to episode 6 of my Hitless series where we try to do all of the main bosses in Stellar Blade on the minimum preset. We're using a mod, normal difficulty, try to get it hitless perfect run. So you hear this music because I remembered this time, I remembered to do my little test to see if we dropped frames on a bad, and luckily I did not. So now we can actually get started. Here's our PP from last time, 8 hits. Let's go ahead and reset that. We can do better. And today's episode is going to be called Return to Sender, because I had a pretty awesome Monday. I talked a little bit about this on our last stream, but I finally got my damn audio cable that I had been waiting for a month. So I ordered this audio cable November 3rd, and then it finally arrived December 2nd. But what's funny about that is that after the first 3 weeks, I was like, okay, this thing's lost. This thing's definitely been lost in the mail. I messaged the eBay seller. I was like, hey, I think it's lost because it was untracked. I can't blame him. It was just like a $5 cable. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. It should have definitely arrived. I'll go ahead and refund you. If you receive it, just go ahead and write refused on it, and we'll get it back. And so he replied with that, and I was like, okay, I'll just buy another one because this particular seller was out of stock on that item. So I ordered another one. And would you believe it? They both arrived on the same day, which was Monday. I'm recording this on, it's like Wednesday night right now, so I almost forgot to do my beta skill there to interrupt him, so that was close. Okay, that's a bad one. Keep it simple, keep it simple. But yeah, when I tell you, my quality of life has improved dramatically, oh my goodness. Nice, we didn't drop any frames, hell yeah. I mean, I am over the moon. I'm having so much fun playing on my PS2, and I already was, but now I'm having even more fun, which actually you can see it. You see behind me? Wait, you can see the speakers up there. So I took my bookshelf speakers that I was using for my PC. They are period correct, close enough to PS2, because I think they were originally released in 06. In case you're curious, they are Bose Companion 2. No, they're Bose Companion 3 speakers, Series 2. And so, if you're using bookshelf speakers for a CRT, you want them to be magnetically shielded. Otherwise, it could interfere with the picture. It might mess up the actual cathode ray tube. So, yeah, I was just lucky in that I've had the same speakers for so long. So now my PC, my desktop, I've got no speakers. But that's quite all right, because generally, if I'm sitting here, I'm streaming or I'm like playing a game, and I'll just be using my headset anyway, or my headphones I should say. 1 and 2, 3. So it's not too big of a loss. But if I ever do buy some speakers again for my PC, I would definitely, the brands that I'd be most interested in would be, in the little research that I've done, would be Klipsch or Audio Engine. Their stuff looks pretty good. Don't do that. So if you've got an opinion on either Klipsch or Audio Engine brands of speakers, let me know what you think. I'm not looking to buy them anytime soon, but maybe next Black Friday or something. Because I'm fortunate enough in that my TV, I have a soundbar for it, and so I can easily just connect it to that. Like if I'm playing games on my TV, via HDMI, I can also transfer sound over that way and output it through there if I'm like playing in bed, which I do very occasionally, not too often that I do that. That's a perfect corruptor, so we can move on to Gigas here. Nice. But yeah, my cables are a bit of a mess. In fact, I'll definitely show you guys the setup. I'll do a little preview. I have one last item coming in for my PS2 setup. But at the end of this video, in case you're curious at all, I'll just include a little bit of footage of like my TV and behind it and stuff, and how I have my speakers. But it's awesome, man. I've never experienced PS2 on a 2.1 setup. So 2 speakers and a subwoofer. And just playing it on 2.1, it was so much fun. The first thing I had to do, obviously, was I just kept playing Need for Speed Most Wanted. And now I'm enjoying it even more because the soundtrack is absolutely banging. So, it's been quite fun. One and 2. And it made me think, man, I really want to watch some DVDs on this TV. Like, that'd be sick. Oh, nice shield break. Okay. Let's get our shield breaker in there. I wish I had some good version of Dragon Ball Z, like the DVDs, but I don't. It's tough. There's not really like a great version of DBZ. I think from the Totally Not Marked video that I watched a while ago, I think the best versions of the original DBZ are like the single episode DVDs, which are expensive. They're hard to get. You know, they've been out of print for a very long time. Which is a damn shame, man. Such a popular anime. And there's no one excellent DVD release? Come on. Come on. The only other thing I could also get, I mean, luckily the PS2 is a great DVD player, but the only other thing I could get is like a VHS player. You know, I still have a lot of videotapes just from my childhood, so I could watch stuff that way. But, you know, I'll worry about that later. I'm having a lot of fun just playing games. And here's Stalker. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A little bit sloppy there. That's okay. I could feel it. I knew he was going to do a clash soon. He likes to do one towards the end of phase 1. That's good. I'll just hit him with a rush chain to end. Oh, whoops. That was a mistake. But it works out. I'll take some energy. Yeah, sure. Let's go for one of these. Hit him with a shield breaker. Okay, there's the shield break. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Delay and dodge. Okay, that works. That was a little bit clutch, to be honest. That was a little bit clutch. I'll give myself that. 1, 2, 3. Because I was in an awkward spot there. I'll explain what happened. It's a perfect stalker. I was in an awkward spot since I didn't have any energy to interrupt. And also, this is late at night that I'm recording this. I didn't quite react. Like, I probably could have finished whatever string I was doing and interrupted the rock throw. But the rock throw is a gamble at close range just because it could be 2 or 3 rocks. Most of the time it's 2, I feel like. So I just recalled in my head the procedural parry in my head for 2 rocks. And luckily it worked out because, yeah, that would have been a nasty way to take our first hit on rocks. Because generally, you know, since you're always in the boss's face, that attack, it's better to just interrupt it when you're doing something of this nature, right? For consistency's sake. Speaking of consistency, let's not mess up Juggernaut's intro. Oh, by the way, another thing. We have a very exciting mod that I plan to play with on maybe Friday? I don't know when I'll be making this video public, but if you've played Stellar Blade, this could be the first time you're seeing the bosses in the game, but okay, there's the penultimate boss. There is a mod to play as that boss in Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I'm planning to do a playthrough of just separate ways with this mod. It should be pretty sick. But I posted it in the Discord, and maybe by the time you see this, that particular stream will already be live, so here's the repulse. Let's shoot him down a little bit. Yeah, I'm excited. Get some damage. I'm taking a little bit of damage on the fire, but that's okay. Don't do that. Oh, that's a big jump. Dodge. I'll hit him with a chain reflection 1. I'm very low on energy, so I gotta get some energy. 1 and 2 and dodge. Nice. Dodge and wait for his foot and dodge. Nice. Another chain reflection 1. I'll hit him with a rush chain. Cool. What else? What else? Oh, excellent news too. They finally shipped my monitor. So if you've been following along, to the saga of me having ordered my first OLED monitor, they finally shipped it. It was back ordered until the beginning of December, and it just shipped out on the 3rd of December. So obviously I checked the tracking immediately, even though it's not like useful because it takes like a day for UPS to be like, okay, we've received the item and here is your ETA. So it's scheduled to arrive on next Wednesday, which is the... Hold on, actually let me check this. My monitor is scheduled to arrive on the 10th, December 10th. So depending on what time it arrives, if it's early enough, I guess I could start Clair Obscur on that day because that's the first game I'm going to play on that. At least that we're going to stream, rather. So, since we beat Rebirth, which was awesome, by the way, our finale stream was like 12 hours long. It was fantastic. The next game we're going to play in between Stellar Blade streams, 1 and 2, 3, is going to be Clair Obscur. And I'm very much looking forward to it. It should be awesome. So we're going to do our first playthrough on Expert. Should be a good time. And I'm looking forward to just sharing that experience with you guys, because I know we have a lot of fans of Clair Obscur in our community and our chat and stuff. Mind the wing. Dodge. Okay. I'll go for a shield breaker. Okay, good. Nice, that's what I wanted. And shoot her down. There's phase 3. Okay, I got 2 extra hits in to just build a little bit of extra beta. I hope she does the 3-string. That's what I would love here. Give me a 3-string. That's it. Perfect. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Shield breaker. Do them often. There we go. Oh wow, that's a very generous and simple way to end the fight. Okay. That's Taki. Nice and easy at the end there. That was quite nice RNG. I talked about this last stream too, but damn, I've been saying "isn't it" kind of a lot in my general speech. And it's because I've been watching a lot of James May at work. Like when it's slow at work, I try to watch or listen to kind of long-form content just to keep myself entertained. And so, if there isn't a baseball podcast, because sadly, we're in the baseball off-season. However, side note, ADHD, winter meetings are starting soon. So those take place in Orlando. They're starting next week, a week from probably whenever you see this. And oftentimes, you know, some big stuff will happen during winter meetings. Not every time, but, you know, usually some of the bigger free agents might move. In that time, they'll get signed. And that kind of gets the ball rolling for other teams to start making their moves. Because if a lot of teams are bidding on one guy, it's like a huge... financial commitment, they can't really make other moves until they know if that's happening or not, right? So it's exciting. It's an exciting time. But my point was, if there isn't a baseball podcast to listen to, I will just watch like some random long videos. So I've been watching some James May videos. If you've ever watched Top Gear UK, you know who James May is. And if you are a fan of Top Gear, who is your favorite of the trio? When I was younger, I was a big Richard Hammond guy. But then, as I grew up, I don't know, I just loved James May. 1, 2. Like, I've watched all of his stuff. 5-string. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like, I've watched all of his Disassembler episodes. And I've been watching Toy Stories, which have been quite good. 1, and dodge. But Toy Stories is basically... You gotta check it out. He did an episode where he built a giant house out of Legos. It was so awesome. He has one on building like the longest toy train track ever. It's just all fun stuff like that. There's the invisible attack. Dodge. I'll hit him with one of these, break the rest of his shield, that's good. Good damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Phase 3. Luckily those don't deal damage, but anyway. It's down him. Okay, we got more energy on deck. Interrupt that. 1, 2. I would love to end with a retribution. Can we? Yes. 1 and 2. Oh, whoops. Whatever, that's fine. It would have been cool to end on the retribution, but this works too. Can't complain about a hitless kill on Belial. So anyway, since I've been listening to so much James May, you know, vocal mirroring is a real thing. I have friends where, you know, they hang out a lot, and so they just kind of sound similar, like really similar, especially when they're together. They will just sound like the same person. And so vocal mirroring is basically just naturally, just by listening and talking to other people, you kind of take in their vocal style and their inflection and stuff like that. So, and that makes me curious if anybody's picked up on stuff from listening to me. I wonder if I have. I'm sure I do. I probably have like Geno-isms, that like stuff that I say a lot. And if you hear it enough times, right, probably you're gonna start saying it yourself. So yeah, I've been saying "isn't it" quite a bit, which is a pretty British thing to say. Although, you know, I'm saying it in an American way. I'm not saying "in it." I'm saying "isn't it?" But still, my heart's in the right place, right? Anyway, here's Katakuri. 1, 2, and 3. More energy. More energy from me. Don't do that. I mean, I don't mind if she does that, but 1, 2, and 3. I had already kind of committed in my head to doing an onslaught 1 there. Break her shield. Nice. Oh, blink is awesome. Here's phase 2, basically. Oh, not yet. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Oh yeah, I teased it earlier, but yeah, I have one more thing that I'm ordering for my PS2 setup, and that is a... Are you kidding me? This one's doing this? Okay, luckily the slash worked out. Why did she just drop babies like that so early in phase 2? That's so... I've never seen her do that. And look, as you can see, her AI is kind of weird, because she's, I guess, thinking that she still has spawns in play. I'm a little bit tripped out. I'll just go into overdrive. There we go. 1, 2... and 3. All sorts of weird stuff happened thanks to the spawns, the Kokashis. And yeah, I don't like it, needless to say. 1, 2, and 3. Blink is good, yeah, sure. Don't do that. Why are you like this? Oh, that's our first hit? That's our first hit. That is unfortunate. And I was going for an overdrive. I was flustered, to be completely honest. I was very flustered. I was just trying to mash out the overdrive there. I didn't react. Anyway, that sucks. You know, it's cool too. It's not cool, I guess. That's not the right word. But Katakuri did ruin our... she ruined our full game run in our last stream. It was going pretty well, and then I took like 4 hits on the Kokashis. They all shot me. It was very awkward. It's all good. Composure. Let's bounce back. This is good mental fortitude practice. Something silly happened. Recover from it, right? Down her here. Break the shield. 3 string. 1, 2, and 3. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Another 3 string. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, this is pretty good. Yeah, I'll do that. I was contemplating whether I should just go for a beta chain there to interrupt it, or go into an overdrive, but I decided, nah, I do want the energy, actually. I'm gonna do this so she can maybe act normally. I'll just down her to start the phase 2. One, 2, and 3. Good interrupt. Good interrupt. Perfect. 1 and 2. Enter overdrive, do my retribution. That'll put her close. I've got plenty of things I can do. I could do a quadruplet. I could do a crosswave. I could do anything. Dude, we can do anything. So I'll go ahead and just hit her with a slash. As a way to kind of hedge against the Kokashis. Alright, 2 hits. To be honest, it should have been 1 hit. That's fine, I'm not too mad about it. And by that I mean, I'm not mad at all. This has been a nice run, considering I'm recording this at 1 a.m. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of trying to keep quiet a little bit. So I might be, and I'm generally not even a very loud or animated person anyway. I mean, I can be animated, but I'm never loud. I'm never ever like loud. But when we're talking on stream, I'm definitely louder than this. Like my dBs, my decibel level probably is like a good 2 decibels lower than average. That's why I'm trying to, you know, have extra good mic technique and stay extra close. That way I'm actually audible. But here we got Demo Crawler. Oh, anyway, so about that RE4 mod, it was pretty easy to set up. I was intimidated a little bit because like you have to use Fluffy Mod Manager, which I had never used before, but it took like 2 minutes to set up. So anytime that 1 and 2, 3. Anytime I go to Nexus Mods and like I want a mod and there's more requirements than just download the mod, I'm always like, ugh, do I really want to use this? But I'm glad I figured it out. 1 and 2, 3. And blink. Because yeah, I tested it. I just did like, you know, played for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just to make sure that it works. And yeah, it's good. 1 and 2, 3. Break the shields. There we go. Nope, stay down. I just had to ground him there. Had to put that guy in place. Go to your room. Okay, charge a little bit of energy. Dodge this. And then do my shield breakers to start the phase. Don't teleport away. Nice. Okay, so now I can do whatever I want. Oh my gosh. 2. Oh wait, that was just the 2 string. Thankfully that worked out. I choked that a little bit, but we kind of recovered. It's all good. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Repulse is nice. Okay, let's keep charging some beta. Let's see how much I get. I'm at 1.5 bars right now. One, 2, and 3. I'll down him. I think this is worth it. And then I'll go in with a shield breaker to down him again. One, 2, and 3. Cool, that is Demo Crawler. Happy with that. Now we get into the more involved fights, right? The last 3. Those are where I like to take my hits historically. Let's see if we can do better though. Have some water during the cutscene. Interesting thing to note. The sword there. So in that cutscene, the sword doesn't use your active sword. Like, we're using a mod, right? Which replaces the normal sword skin. But there, it defaults back to Eve's normal blood edge. So it doesn't carry over. I guess, like, little elements of those cutscenes, they're using real-time graphics, but I guess some things are pre-rendered, or I don't actually know how that works. I'm not familiar with Unreal Engine 4 really at all as far as technical things like that. But yeah, the mod does replace the sword, as you can see, but not in that cutscene, because we've got the fusion sword, as you can see. Alright, on to UN. This is the part of the stream, or the part of the video where I extra got to lock in because, you know, there's a lot of variance to this fight, and so 1, 2, and 3. 3, 4. Back up. Dodge the tar pits. 1 and 2, 3. Okay, nice. That's not nice though. I don't like that. Give me a 3-string. Nope. Give me a 3-string. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Jump up. Bang, bang, bang. Land and blink. Now I do my shield breaker. And she's essentially in phase 2. There it is. Time it. 1 and 2. Dodge. I was way early on that. That's okay. If you're close enough, the shockwave does hurt you, so. Okay, now we're back in the fight. Get back here, woman. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. And of course, we want to get a retribution if we can before she starts doing her insta-kills. That would be ideal. Okay, here's the 7-string into a dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Land at dodge. Okay. Why is my arm itchy? Why is it itchy right now? And there's the insta-kill. Okay, so that's fine. I'm happy with this. Because we were a ways away from actually getting the retribution normally. I was standing a bit awkwardly there. I'm going to charge a little bit of burst there. Okay, so there's phase 3. Oh, it's a little weird when she keeps attacking instead of just going into the next phase, but I'll take it because it's more energy for me. Now I want to open up with a shield breaker. Okay. Get that in there. And then do another one. Now she's essentially out of shields. Honestly, the 5-string would have been a good one to do. Here's the tidal wave. Another insta-kill? Yeah. Why not? That'll basically wrap up the fight. I'll do all 12 attacks this time. Just because I don't care for the energy at this point. I'll just kill her with anything. I'll shoot her down once. Oh, whoops. Okay, that's the fight. Nice, you win. Nice, good stuff. I pressed triangle there for a second. If you look at my inputs, I did. How do I still not know all of them? That's so ridiculous. It's kind of embarrassing. Here's another example of it's the regular blood edge, not the modded sword. Wait, did I even say what I was ordering for my PS2? Okay, I'm ordering a Brook Wingman for PS2. So, if you play fighting games at all, you've probably heard of Brook, because basically at any tournament, at least modern day, any tournament that's, you know, run on PS5s, they use, for the most part, Brook Wingmans to facilitate people using whatever kind of fight sticks or different leverless controllers that they might have. So, yeah, they make adapters, and they do one for PS2. And what's cool about it is that it supports, like, everything, dude. So I'm excited to use, number one, a DualShock 3. There are other options. There are other options if you want to play wireless on PS2. There's an adapter by 8-Bit Do, and there's essentially the same thing by Blue Retro. But what the thing with those is, from Googling online and looking at Reddit threads, it seems like people have difficulty getting DualShock 3 specifically to function on those. Like I know 8-Bit Do, for example, they've got instructions, Blue Retro too, they've got extra instructions on getting a DualShock 3 to work. But I don't know, I see more people with success on the Brook. So I got the Brook Wingman, I'm excited about that, because the reason I care about DualShock 3 specifically is because, as you may know, after DualShock 3, after PS3, they got rid of the pressure-sensitive face buttons. So on a DualSense nowadays, the only pressure-sensitive buttons are the triggers, which is why racing games now might use like triggers instead of X like they did old school. So on PS2, Need for Speeds, you hold down X, and the harder you hold it down, the faster you accelerate. But if you don't want to do that, you can also just use the right analog stick, usually. You'll have both options. At least in Most Wanted, those are the options. So I wanted to be able to use DualShock 3, but then also for some games, like if there's no pressure-sensitive stuff, like if I'm not playing a racing game, if I'm not playing Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3, I'm fine with just using digital buttons, right? Where you just press it and it's on or off. And just for the comfort of playing wirelessly, I'm very excited about it. So that'll be the last piece for my setup, and then I'll be over the moon again. I mean, probably the biggest thing that I could have gotten were getting my speakers to work on my PS2, and it truly is amazing. But this is like the next thing, and I'm excited about it as well. So I'll share that once I get it. 1 and 2. I'll let you guys know how it actually works for me. But here's Raven. 5-string. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Delay and blink. So yeah, the Resident Evil 4 mod that I was talking about is Raven. 1, 2. Back up. 1 and 2, and there's support for the full campaign or separate ways, but I'm planning to just do separate ways because it suits Ada more than playing as Leon. 1 and 2. I gotta do more damage here. That should put us close. 1 clash, perfect. That'll put us into phase 2. If she did not clash there, I would have been forced to dodge the second hit of that 2-hitter, so I'm happy about that. That's good stuff. Overhead, we dodge those. 1, 2. Okay, so she might wake up Tempest here. Just don't do it too early. That's like the only mistake I could possibly make. Just don't do it early and we'll be fine. There it is. Dodge, nice. Dodge, okay, hell yeah. Oh, actually I wanted that to happen. It's okay though. Oh, we're dead. FNA. I could have interrupted that though. Why didn't I interrupt that? To be honest, that's a little bit silly on my part. Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. We took a hit there. Okay, so we're at 3 hits. We can still PB. Let's bounce back. But, to be honest, I could have done anything there. You know what might have been the technical best reaction if I felt like I was too far away for a punishing edge to interrupt her, and I didn't feel like running closer to her and doing an overdrive. I could have just done a Tempest. That would have been a fine response on my part. It's just not really in my moveset. Like, I don't really think about using Tempest because I never use it unless we're doing like a really casual playthrough. 1. But hey, more Raven practice is also fine. 1 and 2. 1. 1 and 2. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Five string. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Delay and blink. Okay. 1 and 2. 1, 2. Oh, Clash is really good there. That's awesome. Let's not squander this opportunity, and I'll down her with like a crosswave. Are you kidding me? That was ridiculous. Damn, she's got moves. 1, 2, and dodge. Okay, Raven, I see you. I had to interrupt her. Okay, that was a little bit risky, but after the Reflection 1, once you do Reflection 1, which is perfect dodge, hold square, you get a speed boost, and that's when I feel most comfortable doing slow strings, such as Onslaught 1. So that's why I did that there. I just had to get damage across. Okay, good. 1. As long as she doesn't do that crazy grab, I think we'll be fine. That's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I never dodge that because the attack happens very rarely. 1, 2, and dodge. I'll do a Reflection 1 in there. Chain Reflection 1. Break her shield. She'll probably wake up Tempest, but I can charge a little bit of beta. 1 and 2. Okay, she didn't Tempest, so I'm gonna down her. Keep her down. That was weird. I gotta see what happened there. I gotta rewatch that one. That's a replay-worthy happening because what the heck? I was in the middle of... You saw what I was doing, right? But, okay. 1, 2, and 3. Nope, don't do a laughing string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delay and dodge. 5 string. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Delay and 5. Cool. So we got her on the run back. I'm fine with that. So we're on pace for a 3-hit PB. Okay, Karakuri, which was earmuffs, bullshit. And then besides that, just what the one hit on Raven, which was... I'll just chalk it up to it's late. Probably just a slow reaction there. If I'm on, like if I'm on, I react and get close to her and do an overdrive, or the smart thing would be just hit a Tempest, get that invulnerability, because yeah, dodging that one particular command grab that she has happens really, really rarely. In fact, I can't remember, back during our no camps challenge run, I can't remember if for that dodge, if I maybe just jumped over that, because that might work too, but it's been a minute. I gotta rewatch my own no camps compilation to see what the heck I do for some of that stuff, because it's been a while. Here's Providence, our boy. 1, 2. I love fighting Providence, you already know. 1. Try to get a shield breaker in. 1, 2. Delay and 3 and 4. Right here. I can get that in there. Nice. Do another one. Not really necessary. Oh, I whiffed. Oh, yeah, okay. That's a rough way to lose my attempt. I guess that wasn't safe, and I know better, because on the edges, on the fringe of the map, you can miss some stuff, like you can miss hits. For example, Onslaught 2, Incursion 4, those last hits can whiff. 1, 2, and I guess Shieldbreaker is another one of those, so I knew better. Oh well. Could have done anything there, I just had to break the shield, but I was like, 1, 2, delay, and 3 and 4. Let's move on. Doesn't matter. It's in the past. I can still PB. 1, 2. Technically still PB, right? Oh wait, no. We're at 5 hits now. Oh man, that sucks. Oh well. Let's at least keep it at 5. Don't go more than that. Just stop him. 1, 2. Okay, we're approaching phase 2. 1, 2, but I'm farming the parries while I can. Nice. 1, 2, delay and 3. Delay, delay, and blink. Okay, there's phase 2. And he's 3 parries away from a retribution, so 1, 2. I'll just hit him with a triplet. Get that in there. Oh, whoops, I messed that up. Just do the retribution. I don't want to lose it. Sometimes I miss out on the retribution for Providence specifically, because I feel like he kind of gets up a little bit faster than other bosses. This is the repulse. Okay, so he'll probably wake up and do his insta-kill right here. So the fight's essentially over. Yep. And if I'm smart, I'll run around, look for some ammo while I can. I think we're fine. I'm gonna take it easy because I really don't want to miss any shots here. I don't have many bullets. Actually ran out of ammo. That's fine. Yeah. And I recognized it. You know when I realized? I realized as soon as I was, at some point, oh, the repulse. Add my hit. I was shooting him a lot. And I was like, wait a minute, I need like at least 20 bullets to finish off this round. But it's all good. So we ended up with a 6-hit. What was on pace for a 3-hit PB, just like that. But overall, I'm very happy with how I played, so I look at this as progress. Not to mention, Providence, that's such an anomaly. That is such an anomaly. Like, everything that happened was a huge anomaly, right? Because, like, this is the first time we've taken hits on Providence ever in our offline Hitless series. And not only that, but the hit on Raven was an extremely rare attack. And then the Karakuri stuff, that was its own crazy shenanigan in itself, right? So yeah, good stuff. In my head, I can think of this as a 3-hit PB. I can spin it positively in that way. Because the hit on Raven was legit. The Katakuri one was come on. And also we had some close calls. Like that thing during the Raven second fight, the run back, where I did a counter chain 2 and she just went into her Tempest. Luckily, I was able to notice that she was doing a Tempest and we dodged it. So that's episode 6. I hope you enjoyed. What a great run that can, go off the tracks, go off the rails so quickly. But I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in my CRT setup, I'm going to add on a little bit of footage right after this. So see you next time. Peace. Hey friends, here is the epilogue for anybody who is interested. I've got Silent Hill 3 on the screen, and I'm playing it through these HD Retrovision component cables, which are quite awesome for PS2. This company also does them for Wii, in case you were curious. But yeah, here are my speakers. They are Bose Companion 3 Series 2 speakers. So they are period correct in that they are from like mid to late 2000s. So these top 2 speakers are magnetically shielded, so there's no interference with the actual CRT. And they just plug into my sub there, so it's a 2.1 system. I have sound control here. I can raise the volume, which is quite nice. And then down here I've got my PS2. I also have my GameCube there, which is hooked up via S-Video, thanks to my friend who just gave me a spare S-Video that he had. And yeah, the table I got from Facebook Marketplace, it was $0, so that's awesome. The TV is a Toshiba 27A33, and I got it in a bundle of 2 CRTs. I found a Florida CRT group, and the guy has like a collection of, I think he had like 6 or so he was getting rid of 2 of them, and I bought 2 of them in a bundle for $60, and then I sold the other one to a mutual friend for $50. So in a way, I got this for $10 if I pretend that I didn't have to drive 2 hours to get it, but it's pretty awesome, quite happy with it. It's a curved 27-inch, so I like the curved display because it's what I grew up playing. And if you're curious how it's hooked up, over here, you can see I've got the 2, there's the 3 video cables from the component right there, and then the 2 audio cables are just going into this adapter, this conversion cable to 3.5 millimeter, and then I have an extension running to the back of my sub. The cables are, but anyway, yeah, it's awesome. I've been having a lot of fun, and I will update you guys once I get my adapter to use modern controllers and actually play with wireless on the PS2, because that'd be quite cool. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.